Yes.
Okay. Well, hi, I'm Monica. And good morning. Okay, so has anyone heard of the gluten-free diet or have tried it? Please show your hands. Okay, who has tried it? No one. Okay, never mind. Okay, so according to dictionary.com, gluten is a tough, viscid nitrogenous substance remaining when the flour of wheat or other grain is washed to remove the starch. So people who have celiac disease or who are who have a gluten sensitivity to it, they remove all gluten from their diet so that their stomachs and everything will go back to normal after a long period of time. But people who don't have celiac disease or a gluten sensitivity and eat a gluten-free diet, they may be doing damage to their bodies. My claim is that a gluten-free diet causes harm for non-celiac disease people. My supporting claims are: 1, people who eat gluten-free diets may become malnourished. 2, most gluten-free food is unhealthy. And 3, a gluten-free diet makes you gain weight. So my first claim is that people who eat a gluten-free diet may become malnourished. Most people who decide to eat a gluten-free diet are not educated in nutrition and just decide like, okay, I'm going to try this new fad diet, everybody's doing it, and most of the time when they start the diet and just cut out all of their wheat and all of that, they start to get a nutrition deficiency. So what happens to your body when you have a nutrition deficiency? Well, according to Healthline's RSS News, a nutritional deficiency occurs when the body doesn't absorb the necessary amount of a nutrient. And deficiencies can lead to a variety of health problems, such as problems of digestion, skin problems, stunt or defective bone growth, and even dementia. There are other deficiencies that may occur when you when you go on a gluten-free diet. And according to Betty Kovacs from a Medicine Net article, she states that the deficiencies to be aware of while going through a gluten-free diet are iron, calcium, vitamin B12, folate, phosphorus, and the fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K. Okay, so my second claim is that most gluten-free food is unhealthy. Gluten-free foods, a lot of them are processed, and during that process, they contain more sugar than actual other processed foods that aren't gluten-free. So a report done by Liz Neprin from ABC News, she states that you have to replace the gluten with something. So the majority of processed gluten-free food products are held together with oil, butter, and eggs. They tend to be higher in fat, calories, sugar, and lower in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. So that brings me to my third and final claim, and that is a gluten-free diet may actually make you gain weight. A lot of people decide to do a gluten-free diet because they're like, oh, everybody's doing this, they're losing weight, I want to lose weight, and because everyone else is doing it, I'm going to do it. So it actually makes you gain weight because of all of the processed foods and all of the added butter, sugar, and eggs, and all of that. So you'll be gaining weight instead of losing weight. In an article from the CBS News, it states that gluten-free diets may not lead to weight loss. In fact, for celiac patients, weight gain for those on a gluten-free diet is the goal because they are lacking in so many nutrients from not eating it. So now we know that non-celiac patients or people who eat a gluten-free diet is they may become malnourished. Most gluten-free food is unhealthy for you, and that a gluten-free diet actually makes you gain weight.
All right, Monica, the background at the beginning I think is helpful so that people know what the issue is a little bit. You define the gluten point pretty clearly. There's a clear statement of your proposition and a very clear layout of what the secondary structure is going to be. I think you need some more information that shows that there are in fact people who are pursuing a gluten-free diet who are not celiac patients. So as a consequence, it seems to me that the controversy needs to be developed a little bit more in a demonstration, that suddenly there's a demand for those kinds of gluten-free products. There's got to be some kind of statistical research on people who are following these diets. Contrast that with the number of diagnosed celiacs, for instance, and I think that you would see that there's a difference there. Any information like that would make it clearer that there really is something going on here as opposed to a simple warning to people. The signposting in the body of the speech is very clear. I thought that you had good transitions also between those points. I did feel that each of the points needed a little bit more development. The second point especially is thin. You've got one piece of information here and it's generic in nature. It doesn't really build an argument so much as kind of back up the claims that you're making by repeating those claims. And again, I think you did a good job quoting experts and authorities on the subject, but I think we need some other information in order to be able to make the generalization that you're asking us to make, that this is in fact a danger. I did think that the source citations that you gave us were pretty solid when it came to testimony, and you gave us good citation on those things. I do think you needed a little bit more diversity of the evidence, like I said. It's delivered pretty effectively. The generalizations are maybe too broad for the kind of information that you've got here, and so development would have changed that a bit. All right, thank you.